you'll get visible after things totally calm down, right? Meanwhile, your calendar is feral like a crazy cat, all over the place, colors. You can't even remember what they are anymore. Your inbox is totally on fire. Yeah, you wish you could set fire to it. And later has been lying to you for years because you know what? The truth is, you are the best kept secret, my friend. You're busy doesn't equal visible. Hard work doesn't magically broadcast itself across the radio waves. Nope. That's why the Brew and Stew Media Spotlight exists. That's right. A collaboration between Nicole Borghi and Colleen Stubbs. One booking, two podcasts, no pitching, no chasing, no pretending you enjoy the outreach. We know you don't. Nobody does. You show up, you talk like the authority you already are. Your message gets heard on purpose to an aligned audience. Stop waiting. Stop hiding behind the busy button and book your Brew and Stew Media Spotlight package now because staying invisible is a choice and you're not going to do it anymore. You're going to be visible. You're going to be influential. Scan the QR code. Make that choice for the Brew and Stew package. Busy, booked, exhausted. Your inbox is screaming at you like a siren. Your calendar is still feral. Still calling yourself visible and you're just the best kept secret? Turns out I was right there with you, my friend. Wasn't getting seen, was just the best kept secret. Wasn't getting heard, definitely kind of getting paid. But here, the magic, my friend. It's a collaboration between Colleen Stubbs and Nicole Borghi. The Voice Lab on the school platform shows you how to use podcast spotlights, summit stages, and simplified, yeah, that's right, simple outreach systems so your visibility actually works. Get seen, get heard, join the free Voice Lab on the school platform, and you're going to get it all. Because if you're working this hard, someone else should know about it. Scan the QR code today.
All right, all right. Welcome back. It's another fantastic and wonderful episode. It's another Tuesday, and here we are in the Voice Lab. We got some good stuff going on today. What are we looking at? Yeah. So, you know what? How to stay relevant in this business. How to stay in front of everybody. You can disappear for weeks and the people that remember you, it's not optimism, it's not optimism, it's strategy, right? So there's strategy and structure that we're going to talk about. But first, I do want to say that we have the CEO Hacker Summit today. Let me put this information in the chat. And it's unlocking next level leadership is what we're looking at today. And it's, hey, you want to rise up. 2026 is the year that entrepreneurs are leaving corporate America. And if you haven't left, you should. Why not? Otherwise, you're going to get replaced by AI anyway. It's better you leave yourself. So hack the game, build a legacy, and lead without limits. We've got some great speakers in the lineup. We have the speaker panel today at 11 a.m. Eastern. So just very shortly coming up, a great panel. We've got some speakers that are going to talk about AI, text tools, systems, structures, and rewiring your brain. And you know what? You can even get into the future of wealth. So not only how to build your business today, but in the future. So let's build that legacy for you, for your family, and everything else going on. You got anything that you want to share before we get into it, Colleen?
Yeah, I'm super excited to be at CEO Hacker and speak there. And I think that you're absolutely right that it is strategy that keeps us top of mind, that builds our business, keeps us growing, and keeps us forefront in people's minds so that they think of us and when not only when they have a need, but when somebody that they're serving has a need. And so today we're going to dive into how to keep top of mind for some of these people. And there are lots of ways of doing it. Honestly, being on a summit, speaking, getting your voice heard, getting seen out there, that's a huge step, but there's a lot of follow-up that goes with that, right, Nicole?
There's a ton of follow-up. There's way too much follow-up. you can get into the follow-up loop, right? It's like an endless cycle. It can be the unfun portion of the Facebook scroll, right? You just keep going and going and going. Seems like it's never ending. However, there's something good that can definitely go on out of this. You want to get in front of the camera. What are you doing to get in front of the camera? What are you doing? Uh, Not only you have your vision, you have your goal. And most people do, and that's my alarm clock telling me that I need to get on the podcast 10 minutes late. Gotta love that snooze button, right? It still comes through the alarms. But basically what happens is you have to get out there and do what you wrote down. You got to actually take action, complete your goals. When you are in front of the camera, when you're talking to people, that's video. You can clip that. You can roll that into email follow-ups. It's important to be visible and top of mind. That is how you stay relevant in this day and age, is get on the camera. That's what we're doing right here. It's quite simple. You're getting on the camera, you're going live. People, you're going to be there Tuesday, Wednesday, 10 a.m., Monday, right? We're here 10 a.m., Monday through Thursday, Eastern Standard Time. What is it? 9 Central, I guess, and you guys can unpack the rest of the time, just convert the time zone. There's a time converter there for us. We are worldwide, right? These days. But you've got to get out there. You've got to stay relevant. You've got to talk to people. And some of that is not just email follow-ups. It's getting on phone calls. It's going to networking groups and not only showing up and sharing your great stuff and presenting your great stuff, but people want to get to know you. And that's what we're doing today is we're having a speaker panel. And with that speaker panel, it's a little bit of Q&A. It's not, hey, I got a question about what's your favorite cat or what's your favorite color. It doesn't have much to do with your business. If you want to get to know someone, that's a great conversation to have on a one-on-one when you're getting to know somebody through a cycle, right? Get on a conversation, get to know somebody, start to work with them. You get to know what they buy, what their family's like. Are they having? Would you have a lamb this morning? A little
We did.
lammy.
Yep. We've got a new
So
Yep.
yeah, you get to know about people when you talk to them, but that's the part of the follow-up, right? That's the discussion. Are you talking to people? Are you following up not only with newsletters, but with other conversations? I think that's an important part of the business. I know you talk about that at great lengths, Colleen. Are people following up? Are they going out in the community? Are they getting on their radio show? Are they supporting the community and giving back?
That's right. And the truth is that online isn't that much different than in person. And if you think of it like this, if you have a desire to shop somewhere and you get in your car and you drive there and you park, that's great. Are you shopping there? No, you're not shopping there. You haven't gotten out of the car. And a lot of people are that way. Like, I want to build a business online. I want to build a business online. When I know what I'm doing, I'm going to start. That's cool because you can't be prepared for the first time. You can't be, you don't know what to expect. You have to be willing to jump in and get dirty and make mistakes and own those and be authentic in doing that. And then guess what? Next time when you go to do it, you can be prepared because you know what to expect. You've been through the scenario, right? And so people have this dream of getting seen and heard. They're like, yeah, I know I can build my business as soon as I get seen and heard. And yet it's that first step. It's taking that step and getting out there. And really, that it's that first step in anything that you do in business, right? It's that I know that I'll have better relationships with my prospects once I start emailing them. But what do I say? They don't know what to say, so they don't say anything. Well, I can tell you that saying something is better than saying nothing at all. And so reach out, create a strategy, see what works, play that A/B game, right? But take action. You have to take action because the truth of the matter is, most people think that they're failing. They're not. They're actually just trying to build a business without systems. And so if you're getting out there and getting seen and heard, get on the stages, get on the podcast, get in your newsletter, go live. Just grab the camera and go live, get seen and heard, and then have a system that supports that, right? And the truth of the matter is, and I talked about this yesterday with somebody on a phone call, if you're walking down the street, are you going to be drawn to the person that steps out of the Ferrari and is dressed to the nines and everything's aesthetically pleasing? Is that who you're going to go talk to? Or are you more apt to talk to the mom that was walking along and the baby blanket fell out of the stroller and she keeps walking because she doesn't know? It's
Well,
the real life
yeah,
people you
you're
want.
going to talk to the mom, but I will say the guy in the Ferrari probably rented it.
He probably
So,
did, probably because he's smarter, right? So when we went to purchase a pontoon boat and we realized what the rent was to have it stored for us, and then what the upkeep was to have it cleaned before we put it back in the water and blah 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 blah. The truth of
nice.
the matter is it's way cheaper to rent the pontoon boat for $500 a weekend every weekend we want to go out than to go drop 150 grand on a pontoon boat and then the storage and the.
That's
He
crazy.
probably is renting it.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. They're renting it just to take pictures, right?
There
In
you go.
Florida, Miami, they rent that stuff to take pictures, so you don't even know if that guy can have a conversation with. But when you see these people, they don't have time to talk to you because if well, I used to work in the casino. We would get people all the time. We would get cocoa, iced tea, Chuck Liddell, Mayweather. You would get these big stars. They're in and out. You don't have time to talk to them. You're not on their agenda. It's not always because they're rude, it's because they have a time limit. They got to
Mhm.
get from point A to point B. They
And
might just want to go home and Netflix and chill, or go get their Vegas girlfriend. Whatever the is they've got something that they're doing on their calendar. And since you don't, you've got a little bit of time to talk to the mom. So give her time. Say
yep.
hello. Hey, how's it going? We would, when we were outside, just waiting for the clubs to let out, if people were out there, we would bring them hot chocolate or something. Hey, you're waiting for your car. It's, or go inside, we'll come get you. It's customer service. It's the conversation you're having. And this is great with the speaker panel, because when we're talking on the speaker panel, um, it's an all speaker panel. You get to meet the speakers and you get to engage with the speakers. You want to engage with them. You get to come in and network with the speakers. It's important. Don't you want to talk to people? Don't you want to get to know, hey, people bring, there's presentations. I love presentations. I like slides. It keeps
Nicole,
my mind.
I'm gonna interject here and be devil's advocate here because I think that coming into the summit world and the event world, that a lot of people in the online world have had the same experience I have. Why didn't somebody say my background was crooked? It's a real background, by the way, but it was crooked. Here's the thing. People see, I think they see summits as I'm going to go sit and listen to a presentation after a presentation after a presentation after a presentation. And you need to correct that scenario because that's not how it works in Nicole's world. So,
Nope.
welcome to Nicole's world where a summit is built on building relationships. And so, not only does she hold the speaker panel podcast where all the speakers come on, she asks us random questions. I've been a speaker on many of them. I do not know the question in advance. She's just asking me something that I should be able to answer on the fly. And so you get to see us in that environment. And then during the summit, instead of having 40 minutes to deliver your presentation, then click, we're going to the next presentation, or we're going to have a commercial break and go to the next. It's okay, let's open the floor for Q&A. Who has a question for Colleen? Who has a question for Mary? Let's talk about this. What did she say that you maybe didn't quite understand? Or do you have any questions about anything else she said? Let's talk about it and unpack it a little bit. And so we take 15 or 20 minutes and do that between each speaker. And what that does is, number one, it gives you time to have a potty break if that wasn't a speaker you were interested in. But if it is somebody that you're interested in, you no longer have to jot down your little note, like get back with her and ask her this. You can just raise your hand in the virtual room and say,
Because
hey,
you never find your notes.
you know, and that's what you do is you just raise your hand and say, I need to know more. And then you have that opportunity to build a little bit of relationship and to get to know them a little more authentically and to actually talk to them face to face virtually. And that's a huge difference. So come out of
Thank you
that
for that. Yeah. Yeah.
2023 summit world into the real world where 2026, we're building relationships.
And that's huge. And see that this is why you collaborate with people that are smarter than you are. And you have a conversation. Why do we have critical conversations? Yeah, we're like the pictures. We're wound up. We've got our headsets on, those voice lab pictures, everything that we have. We're just jazzed at what we do at not only at the business and sharing with people some business points, but it's also jazzed about how we can support our passionate purpose and build a community. And part of that is engagement. 2026 is not only about getting out of the corporate world It's also about elevating up and engaging, and you need to engage with other people. When you're in a corporate structure, what happens? You get funneled that sale. That department gets funneled that client. So if the person wants a laptop, you're going to go to the laptop phone database, or you're going to go to the store and buy your laptop. You're going to go to the iPhone store because you want the iPhone. People are funneled into that. This is where you can come and engage. And so we're pivoting that sense, that mentality. People don't talk to people in other departments. You don't get a chance to. They may be large, maybe they're small. You don't know what to talk about. You don't talk to each other. You're either working from home nowadays because there's a lot of remote work, or you're in an office space, and it's very odd, very timely. They keep a very structured time for you on when you can go on the break, when you can do stuff, and they absolutely take away any socialization in the workplace. And now your time. So if you don't even go to your potty breaks, you get bonus points, which is illegal, but that's what they're doing. They're giving you a bonus for not doing that. So think about it. There's nothing there to engage. So let's get on these summits and start to talk, start to network, start to engage. Come in there. That's what it's for. You can have hundreds and thousands of people. That's fine, but do you get to talk to each other? Nobody's having a conversation, so we're bringing that back. That's what this is all about. It's important to reframe. It's going to take a little while to reframe that. It's just like virtual reality. It's going to take a while for people to kind of understand it. And
Right.
that's what you were saying before. You learn by doing.
Yes.
You can put it in your mindset. You can study the theory, but if you don't know what it's like, it's different. You can talk about, you can talk about martial arts or wrestling or fighting all you want. This is what I'm going to do when the big bad guy comes in front of me, when the scary guy. But if you've never been in a fight, you've never gotten punched in the face, you don't know what it's like. You could talk about it all day. It'll never happen. You'll not be able to defend yourself, right? You could talk
Right.
about cooking lobster. If you don't know what the temperature is, it's the same thing, right?
Yeah, and so on that topic of communication, and it's so odd to me that we're having this at this age. Like, let's learn to communicate, right? Get in these places where you can ask questions and then be prepared to ask the hard questions confidently because you deserve to know. Don't forget that part. You can say, what can I expect when I'm working with you? I would like 3 referrals from you that I can reach out to, make connection with, and verify your work. And
Yeah.
these are questions that you should ask. Now, when you're getting on these stages and people are asking you questions, talking to you, you have this open thing that kind of gives you a clue as to general questions that are out there, right? And so that brings us back to, what are we doing when we get off of the summit stage? What are we doing after the podcast? Are we reaching out to those people? And what we should be reaching out to them with is continuing that conversation, answering those questions that were asked in the summit again in your reach out through your nurture email sequence, right? And you can have that in place and ready to go and just edit a few things and get it sent, right? And really just reaching out and saying, hey, did you make it to the summit? I didn't see you there. If you did make it, what really stood out to you? This is what stood out to me. Were you able to attend my presentation? And did you have any further questions about it? Because these are the points that I tried to hit on, and I hope that they really came through. Did they come through to you? Just carry on the conversation the same as you would with anybody else. Instead of trying to perfectly present it, let's just be real and cut to the chase, right?
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
yeah, and the
Yep.
importance of having that back end office organized for you. I got on a call with a lady this morning, and she was doing the old put a name in, search through emails to find something, to find something, to find, because she couldn't just go to her workflow and find who was in there. And I think the organization has got to be in there so that things run smoother and actually save you time.
Yes, you've got to have strategy and structure that's in place. You get on the stage, you know that strategy and structure is going to back you up. You've got your workflow set. Now you've got the social media planned out because you've got clips. Now you can take all the text that you generated from that, or ideas you generated from those questions, and you can roll that into social media. The other thing is maybe somebody asks you a question and they're not questioning you. They're not questioning your business. They're not questioning your worth. They're not questioning you as a human. They are asking a question because the floor was open to questions, which means, hey, I never thought about that. Or, maybe I never thought about that pain point or solution for somebody, or perhaps that person here's not their tool may not be right for your business at this point in time. It's okay to say that. It's okay to interject. The other thing is it gets you to think that, hey, maybe there's something that you need to pivot in that next talk. And now you've got a pain point and a solution that you can solve in that next conversation, or say, hey, you know what? Let's get on a call and let's solve this. Let's assess that. Come into the solutions lab on the Voice Lab platform. Invite them in there. That's what we do. Come in here. We'll talk more about it.
Yeah.
Let's really dig this out and see it. It's to think. It's okay for questions. If somebody's being rude, that's one thing. But a question and critical conversation is healthy, and it helps us in our business, because how many times do people take surveys, and I hate them so much? They ask you 20 million questions and you're just trying to get on a call with them. They invite you to a call. You're asking 20 million questions that are pertinent to their business, but you don't understand their business because you haven't gotten on a call with them yet. So you don't know what that pertains to or how to answer that correctly. And so now you're solving for this maze and this labyrinth you're not going through. How about you just get on the conversation and ask those questions? You
Boy,
can
isn't
do
that
that.
something too? Because how much can you tell when you're interacting? And I know people are like, oh, it's virtual. You can't really tell. I can. I can get in a room with you and spend a 30-minute conversation and be like, yes or no. And it's not yes or no to you as a person. It's yes or no, this is a fit for what I need in my business right now. Or maybe it's, you know what, I like their style. I like the way they're presenting what they do. It's not for me, but I could confidently stand behind this to someone else I know that needs it. Right. And so there is so much that just opens up when you get on that call. The face to face, the being able to see, sometimes people get on a call and they got a dirty vent back here with their underwear hanging in it and their cat's walking by in front, and I'm out, right? But I have to get on
Exactly.
that call to know that. And to find your tribe, you really do need to get on that call and have that conversation. And the thing that my dad always told me is, she who asks the most learns the most. And he told me from an early age, I don't have to have all the answers. I just need to know where to find them. And so get out there and ask. There is no harm in asking. What's the worst that they can say? No, no, I don't, or give you a negative response, and then you move on. I mean, it's not personal. It's like, okay, that wasn't a fit. And then you go on from there, right? But you have to get yourself in that room, in the position to be asked and to ask. And I think that if you're hesitant, if you're standing there going, I'm just not sure, then come on something that Nicole's putting on and say to Nicole, hey, I've never done this before. Please make this as easy as possible. Could you do interview style? And can I give you the questions? That way I know the answers in advance. There are
Yep.
ways to do this so you can gain confidence. You don't wake up one day confident in your speaking ability and hop on a stage. I mean, I didn't, and I don't know anybody else that did. Maybe Tony Robbins did. I don't know, but most people don't. And so figure out the steps that you have to take to get where you want to be.
100%, 100%, 100%. You don't know until you get there. And the thing is that my thing is, I want you to look good. I'm not going to ask you crazy secret questions or zingers or make you look bad. I want you to look bad. You're on my good. I want you to look great and stand out and shine because you're on my stage. You're a reflection of me, right? So and I want to support people in their business. And that's the thing. The other thing is you want to support your speakers, and you want speakers to support one another and the audience. Why? So they'll come back and they'll follow you. That's part of that lead generation. This is the chance for people to get to know you. You're not just collecting leads on a cold level, just by a lead magnet. They get a little snippet of you and they get to learn more about you. And this is your chance to stand out and totally shine and say, hey, let's look at this in a different manner, in a different way, and start to engage. That's what this is all about, you guys. We're going to close a little early today. We'll see you in a half an hour. Sign up Event Raptor. It's free. Come on in. You can upgrade to VIP, still support confronting domestic violence. We will see you on the other side in the next Zoom room. Have a great one, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.